So I think I'm trying to distract myself from going toy shopping. So I'm making lots of live videos today. And I needed to eat something. And I should have waited actually. This is a little early for me to eat. But I was kind of hungry. And again, I'm kind of trying to distract myself. But I like sandwiches. And this is a cheat meal because I usually don't eat bread or cheese, but it's an organic cheese and it's an organic sprouted grain bread. If you don't know what sprouted grain means, it means it's like it's a vegetable. The grain is a vegetable because it's you sprout it and then it turns more into a piece of produce rather than a piece of thing that grows on the tree. Hey Ariadna, hey Booby, I have my glasses standing by. Hey Lucky Stars, I'm first in chat, I'm stalking you. You're not the first. Look, there were people before you. Hey Frenchie. Hi little people. Hi little people. I'm making a sandwich. I just already said all of this, but because you're coming in now, I've got some sprouted grain bread and some cheese on it, so that makes it a cheat day. And I love sandwiches. I really miss eating sandwiches. So that's what I'm up to. I've got, here's some mustard. I'm gonna try making mustard. Now this doesn't pour very well, so I gotta be careful. Well, that worked. Yeah, it gets kind of bitter. It doesn't taste. I'm gonna try adding some salt. So I'm just putting some apple cider vinegar, put some Himalayan sea salt. I didn't put that in the description. I might have to add that. And then gonna do this until you get some kind of mustardy surface. I feel like I should have like some kind of green, some salad or something. But the cucumbers are green. That'll work. Wait, that said, you fat face, why are you eating food for? I'm gonna, that was hidden, but I'm gonna show that because I think that's funny. Because I do have a fat face. And I usually don't eat so early in the day. I usually wait until, that's what the mustard is looking like. That's a very mustard consistency. It always makes less than I think it's going to make. I'm gonna taste this. Very strong and very bitter, but if I put just a little bit on, it'll add a nice flavor. I think it'll taste really good with the raisin bread. So I'm doing this on raisin bread, which I think is good. We'll add just a little more apple cider vinegar to this. It's going all over the place, but the first pour was better. Okay, so that's what I got for the mustard. I might have to make more of that. Mustard seed is the only thing I have that's not organic, but it's no name. It's the only kind that my store had. Face is getting too thin. I actually want to lose a lot more weight. Keep my weight is in my lower parts of my body. I don't have thunder thighs or anything, but I know that there's more fat accumulated there. Now, let's see. I gotta cut up some tomato. Let me get out some bread slices first. I love using raisin bread. Like, I mean, if I use bread as for everything, I think raisin bread, just to have that in the flavors, is really good. I hear somebody whistling. There's somebody in my yard. Yeah, it's only the homeowner. So I'm gonna cut this up like so. Here we go. I wonder what you guys are saying. I can't really see. Jason, you're falling, you're fading away. I am not. I made turkey right now. Turkey, huh? I don't know if I support that. My tomato slices are really thick. I thought about how I was going to cut up the cucumber, and I might try something a little different. Look how thick this slice is. This is going to be a hearty sandwich. Okay, so I'm just going to put on, this is really flavorful mustard, so I'm just going to put on a tiny little bit here. Then I'm gonna cut this up here like so. I'm gonna try cutting it down the side here. Oh, look, it already took up the whole area. Oh, that slice is way too thick. I need a better knife, but I wouldn't want to get one too sharp because I'm so clumsy, obviously, that I would cut myself. So I thought this would be a better thing to do than me watch a movie or go toy hunting. Okay, and then, oh, I forgot to get some kind of like towel. Here we go. What's this going on here? Now I think he's probably getting thin for a part in something. I am not. I don't compromise my body for a job. You look cute in glasses. Brings out the nerd in you. Thank you. Clumsy Smurf. Ben would understand that. Who's Ben? Okay, I don't really support eating cheese. But I'm not really sure either. It tastes good, and I don't have it very often. And this is organic. Hey, like the video if you haven't already. Okay, here's the first one. I'm probably gonna go through the whole loaf of bread, so. We'll, excuse me, we'll learn as we go along. Mm-hmm. I think, no, I got all of this stuff from No Frills, actually, because that's the closest grocery store to me. I'd have to say I have the right balance of everything in here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Really good. Mm. Mm. I'm having problems with my points. They won't let me redeem. My MasterCard has a lock on it that only lets me collect points and not redeem them. So the past couple of times I haven't been able to redeem my points. But I guess that's kind of good because I have $170 in free groceries or toys. Let's have another one of those. Yeah, a little of this mustard adds a lot of flavor, so I don't need very much. Mm-hmm. Then I'll do the tomato. Put lots of tomato on here. Mm-hmm. Hey Batsy, thanks for stopping in. Hey Frenchie, I hope I said hello to everybody. Hey Lucky, hey Booby. Try to cut my cheese thinner so I have more of it. I chose the old one, so it has lots of flavor too. Oh, nice job. $200. That's a lot of free awesomeness. What's this store with points? Again, it's called Loblaws, or, well, all of the companies are owned by the Loblaw Corporation. So it can be Shoppers Drug Mart, or it can be No Frills, or it can be Loblaws, or it can be the Superstore, a clothing store called Joe Fresh. And when you buy all the same foods all the time, it really makes it so you clean up. So the way that I buy groceries lets me really make a lot of money easily. through the app. I'm going to cut this one. Hi, Vanessa. No, Loblaws is only in Canada. They tried some Joe Fresh, the clothing store, in New York, but it wasn't successful. I think it was successful, it just didn't work. No, that's mine. I'm very excited to see all the new toys at Comic-Con. Mustard. There's a dog in my backyard. Well, this is going to be a spicy one. I always like to do like a diagonal thing and then fill in the corners with pieces. I brought this for the cheese, but now it's all wet for the cucumber. I mean, from the tomato. It doesn't matter, I'm going to eat it all. This is a thick one. I think you need a fence. It's actually the person who owns this house, and they're here with someone. I hope they don't want to talk to me. I wasn't planning on having company. so I'm just ignoring them. Who is Jason Gass? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but go ahead. Make yourself comfortable. That's my newest dolly. I've had a request to see that. Yeah, there's people here. Shh. Who thinks I'm going to eat the whole loaf of bread? I like to save the heel for nut butter. That dog better not go in my pool, though. I would not be happy about that. I like a lot of Marvel Legends, but it certainly would be a lot to collect. And I don't love them. I kind of prefer, as you know, babier versions of toys. So, mashers are more my thing. Because they're hunkier and chunkier. Ooh, the mustard is spicy. Hey, have you liked this video? Give it a like. Thanks for that like, and thanks for that like, and thanks for that like. My knife is not very sharp. Yeah, Play School Heroes are the best. I get the question, what do I prefer more, Marvel I think I'm going to continue with this weird way of doing the cucumber slices. The question, do I prefer Marvel or DC? And I always say that I can't answer that question, but I think I really do prefer Marvel. There's lots of good things to say about DC though too. But I like the reality, the realism of Marvel. Get rid of this wrapper. I wonder when I'm gonna get full. I don't find this healthy at all. I think this is kind of a cheat meal. Don't eat cheese and bread, kids. Like, instead of having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I'll have apple slices with nut butter on them. I like pumpkin seed butter and I like almond butter. Those are the butters that I eat the most. Mostly because they're the least expensive and really good. And I like the fact that pumpkin seed butter isn't a nut, that it's a seed. Always choose seeds over nuts. You just will run into less problems. Oh, I almost forgot to cut this. Much easier to eat it and doesn't fall apart as much when I cut it. Who would have thunk? I think if I do it in, like, little British tea time quarters, that it wouldn't stay together so well. Peanut butter is supposed to be... I like the butters that I eat to be raw, and raw peanuts are supposed to have mold on them or something. But it's probably a misconception. And I found that, I don't know, because of our world that we live in, a lot of things become, I think, toxic because we live in a cesspool world. There's too many people. So I think that the world wants to get rid of a lot of people, so it is trying to make the food kind of toxic. So if something tends to be moldy, that's kind of why I avoid it, but peanuts taste delicious, don't get me wrong. It would be great if we saw WWE boy dolls at the San Diego Comic-Con. That would be awesome. Thank you, Lee Sinclair. I will try to do more mukbangs. I've never watched Harry Potter or read it. But I do have a special collector first DVD, so maybe I will watch it. And I am excited to find the dolls. I probably will buy them all, because they look really cool. What? I need a better match. I don't know if I'm getting full yet. So everything I'm eating here is organic, except for the mustard seed. But I did make it myself with organic apple cider vinegar. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful not to use too much of this. It adds a nice bittery spice, and the raisin bread adds a nice sweetness, and then the freshness of the garden vegetables, and the, I don't know, how the richness of the cheese. Really good combo, guys. Oh, I feel some fullness kicking in. But I'm also not good at stopping eating until everything's gone. It's a good thing I wasn't doing any pool reviews. Oh. Cheese. Don't eat cheese at home, kids. Oh, that was too thin. Oh. Having a hard time cutting the cheese. That's better. A little thick, but that was okay. Risque. I normally would never eat with clothes on, because I don't want to get it on it. In fact, I'm too uncomfortable anyway. And most of me is hidden, so it's okay. I wonder what else I could add to this sandwich to make it even better. I kind of like this combo. A hummus would be a good addition to this, instead of the mustard or additionally to the mustard. A leafy green would be okay. It wouldn't hurt to have a leafy green in here. But normally what I would do is I would cut up a cucumber, I would cut up a tomato, I'd probably put some apple cider vinegar and some sea salt in it, and then eat it like a salad. And that would be, I mean, it would be a lot of tomatoes and a lot of cucumbers, but that is the meal that I would do. And I'd probably have something else with it. I could mix salmon in with that too. I forgot to cut it. I know my sister loves superhero girls, and she always wants a boy doll. So I made her a custom Joker and Batman. That's awesome. Yeah, I thought they were going to make Beast Boy for sure. Hi, I'm Mural. Aren't DC superhero girls a bit big? They're kind of big. That's the thing I don't like about them the most, is they're not in scale with the other dolls. I find it kind of an awkward size. Mmm. Hey, if you haven't liked this video yet, give it a like. Thank you. Thank you for that like. Oh, thank you for that like. We're getting down there, guys. It's so early in the day for me to be eating. That's a nice spice. I felt lightheaded there for a second. Nice. How long have we been going? Oh, only a half hour. That's not very long, actually. Throw that in there. Guess my knife isn't very sharp. Darn. There we go. Oh. Like that. Get some cheese on here. Guys are still talking about toys on a mukbang video. I don't mind. Talk amongst yourselves. Can you consider this a recipe? I was reluctant to. It's kind of a recipe. I am kind of a sandwich connoisseur for someone who doesn't normally eat them. In the 90s, I lived in Montreal, and there were some pretty awesome sandwiches that were available there at that time. And yeah, I went around to many restaurants and connoisseured some awesome sandwiches. that I remember quite fondly still to this day. Is it just me, or did the quality of Hot Girl go down a bit? I understand they had to because of the wings, but I expect more. Well, as the toy line becomes more popular, they do tend to decline the amount of details. I wouldn't necessarily say quality is not the word I would use. And I've said this with Monster High a lot. When people say that the quality went down, I actually think that the toys are much more sturdy than they were originally. So that's where I say the quality has improved. They just have less details. And I appreciate simplicity more than I do details, even though I definitely appreciate details too. Which is why I have the whole Ever After High collection mock in box. She's molded on top. Yeah, that's unacceptable. I do not like a molded top. No, they're not bothering me. They're okay. They're doing their own thing. I'm just watching them. The dog didn't go in the pool, so that's good. This big piece of cheese got away. Molded tops are unacceptable. Unless, of course, they're supposed to be armor. And again, with Ever After High, because they're knighty princesses, I can accept it in a lot of incidences. I got a lot of cheese left. I shouldn't have been so skimpy with it. I only got like 3.5 slices left. Was this a lot for me to eat? Don't hurt yourself. Let's see if I've gotten fat. A little fat I think I might have gotten. It's probably all in my bum. This is apple cider vinegar. It is a raw fermented vinegar. Baby got back? Really now? Really now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All this cucumber left. Let's do this one conventionally. This is gonna fall apart more. I think I was right in doing the long slivers. Put a nice proportion of cheese on this one. Did anybody ever watch the Australian series called Girl from Tomorrow? From the early 90s. Very thin sliver here. I keep forgetting to check McD's for toys lately. There hasn't been anything good around here. They should make Rainbow Bright figures, they should. Hey Sean, thanks for stopping in. I have all of my Masters of the Universe figures. I will show them one day soon. I was asked what original toys I have from my collection. From when I was a kid. Hey Kay, I'm doing great. I'm eating an awful lot of food though. I should have done some exercises before I ate so much. I don't know what you guys are talking about. My mom threw out my childhood toys. I only have a handful. Mine convinced me to sell them at yard sales. I probably wouldn't have had she not encouraged it. Thank you for that like. I really appreciate your likes, guys. Now I'm full. Woo! At least I knew that I didn't want to get rid of my figures. They were what I loved the best. And to this day, figures are what I prefer, even though a good playset looks really awesome and I always want to buy one. But I'm mostly about figures. I like figures. I like character. So anything that shows a lot of character. But not with gimmicks. I prefer no gimmicks. I like, excuse me, the beauty of a sculpt. Like Zodak was always my favorite Masters of the Universe figure because he had so much character. He had a hairy chest, he had the space helmet on, he had monster feet and monster claws, and just intriguing. A nice simple color scheme, like with the gray and the red. Really cool character. I liked that he was kind of the holy grail of all of Masters of the Universe, because he had the barbarian part, and he had the space part, and he had the monster part, and he put them all into one character. So for me, he's the epitome of Masters of the Universe. I love in the Mike Young production that they gave him such a prominent character and made him so important. I guess they also made him important in the Filmation cartoon as well. Him floating around on the Castle Grayskull chair of all things, which was really cool. So I had a cut off Castle Grayskull chair that I used to put Zodak in. Yeah, it was funny. Yes, he had a hairy chest. So did Stratos. So I can't let the cheese be sitting around. So I'm going to finish that off, and I've got this opened cucumber. So I'll finish that off too. I'll just make some crudités. No. Just some hors d'oeuvres. Excuse me, would you like a cucumber cheese slice? Mmm, finger food. A 90s kid. I missed out on all of the 90s toys. There were some really awesome ones. Every once in a while I discover a new line and I'm like, oh, I missed out on an awesome toy. We don't have fresh dolls in Canada. It's quite sad. I hope I find some of the boys. Are they out in stores yet? Does anyone know? For my trip to New York on New York State, not the city. Sometime coming up in the end of December. What am I talking about? Of this month, not December. Sean, are you joking? That's awesome. I have one. I have one right here. I think he was half price. Half price or more, maybe 60% off. I like the Surfer one, the new version. That is another huge opening that I'm going to do. I have a whole My Life collection, My Life As collection that I am going to open and show. Are you following me? My days as TGE28, and I'm going to. Where are you going, Lucky? I don't always understand your short symbols. I don't know what TGE is. Oh, maybe that's supposed to be my day, us, the 28th, and I'm going to Weehee. I don't know what Weehee is. I'm so mean to Lucky. I want Spidey, but he's always sold out. For once, I don't want the KO or Widow, and I love them. I don't know what line you're talking about, but I guess you're talking to Booby. Yes, Spider-Man is sold out here too, and Thor. I wonder what line you guys are referring to. Thor is a peg warmer here. New York. My birthday. Something's wrong with this. Are you going to New York City? Does it say? It just says New York. Well, happy birthday, Lucky. I really can't read. Have you ever been to Nashville, or are you planning on coming here sometime soon? I have a good friend who's from Nashville, and I've been invited to go a few times, so it's not implausible that I could go one day. Toy box, Jason. Oh, don't get me started on the toy box toys. I haven't gotten any yet, but I do like them. They look like mashers, but they're even cuter. Hey, if you're here and you haven't liked the video yet, give it a like. Thank you. Thank you for that like. Thank you for those likes. Thank you for those likes. Vanessa, that was sweet. I don't usually cut up a cucumber in tiny little pieces like this. Well, you know what? It's been an hour. I've been eating for an hour straight. That's pretty sweet. It was better that I did this than watched a movie and ate or gone toy shopping. But I am going to do, I always say, I hope I don't fall asleep. I'm gonna do this Happy Places video today. I'm gonna open up these new Shoppies. And I've got those mini grocery packs that look so cool. So I'm really excited to see what they look like. So that's going to be a video of that. Oh, and I'm going to show you my full collection of the single carded figures. Well, now there's brand new ones, but except for the new ones. And I'm going to open up these ones, which I have doubles of. They're all the newer ones. So, hopefully that video happens not too much later today. I gotta do it. So, and I got a lot of videos that I want to do. I still haven't opened up my pizzazz. So that's got to come. I got to put her on a new body. So, thanks for those likes. I love your likes. I love your comments. Let me know if you like my mukbangs. I did it. I got a cucumber and 3 tomatoes left. And these heels, I'll put some nut butter on those later. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me for dinner.